So this is only the second one, but hopefully it'll turn into an annual thing. Got 5 players tonight. And before we start the actual game, I'll just get each of them to introduce themselves and introduce the characters they're playing. So, without further ado, Mike, if you could tell us all about the character you're playing, a little bit of background or description, and what race and class they are, please.
Yeah, human ranger / werewolf by the name of Peter.
Peter?
Didn't get the joke there. He's chaotic neutral. Obviously, he's a bit of a loner out in the wild. He's quite religious, and his answer to everything is violence. If he can get up close and personal, he will. Although in his human form, he does have the ability to sort of mix up with swords and longbow.
Okay.
That's him. He's kind of a hunter background, and he's an exile.
And that's Peter, the human ranger werewolf. Okay.
That's it.
Cool. Thank you very much. Steve, tell us about your character.
I am playing Rael, who is a grumpy 740-year-old wood elf ranger.
Wow.
Who lost his entire clan and has been roaming for the last 700 of those years, just drinking his life away.
I like him already.
So, very little in the way of memory, but he can shoot straighter than anyone when he's pissed.
Excellent. So we've got 2 rangers. Kat, tell us about your player, please.
Well, he's half-elf bard, and he plays the violin. He's kind of a goof, and he plays horrible.
His music's horrible, do you mean?
Just a second. Yep. Well, from great, but once you get close to him, it sounds really, really horrible.
Bit like the
Just a second, I
back.
had to open my sheet. Well, he's about 25 years old. He has red hair with a strange hairstyle and a goatee and a red scarf.
Okay, cool.
I wish I could show you the picture, but I don't know if there's like a chat here.
I don't think.
Bottom left-hand side.
Yeah, if you put your mouse over to the corner, you can put links and stuff in a little chat thing there. Yeah,
that's cool.
There is a way to put like overlays on top of it, but you need to have the toolbox installed.
Yeah, I see it.
I haven't
Just
put it on there. So. Okay, cool. So half elf. What's your half elf bard's name?
Oh, his name is Jay.
Jay. Okay.
Like in Mockingjay.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much, Carl.
Cool. So my character's name is Natari, and he's a kind of just likes to live on his own. He's a shadow sorcerer. A lot of people, but he is fiercely devoted to you. But generally, he'll just avoid people in general.
So, what did you say was a shadow sword? What?
Tiefling shadow sorcerer.
Ah, got you. That's it. Cool. Tiefling shadow sword. Okay. Okay. And that's Nathari, yeah?
Natari.
Natari.
Like Atari, but with an N at the front.
Great computers.
One of the best.
Okay. And Craig, finally.
Greetings.
Hello.
I am Roth, Tiefling Bard.
Hello.
Like many Tieflings, I was abandoned at a young age, left to fend for myself. But luckily, they decided to dump me outside of a nice little that had a group of people who were unwanted by others, but owing to certain horns and demonic tendencies, I was slightly less wanted than others. So I spent most of my childhood wandering the forests, where I spent most of my time learning to play the flute.
Ah.
I grew old enough. There's something about having that fully grown, almost demon in your presence that people don't really like.
No.
So I set off on my own and attempted to make a way for myself, playing music and entertaining the common folk, who seem to be quite willing to part with their coin when faced with a demon.
Oh, excellent.
I mean, entertainer.
Nice.
That's Broth,
That's
the
kind of
Tiefling
fun.
Bard. So we've got a couple of Tieflings, 2 elves, a human, a couple of bards, 2 rangers, and a sorcerer. It's quite an
That's
interesting.
gonna be fun.
Yeah, quite an interesting group. They're very, very different to the last group. That's true.
Very
Different.
squishy.
Right. So
Oh,
without
I had an idea of the last. Brilliant. The Goliath and the
the last
the
group we
guy on
had,
his shoulders. That was fantastic.
yeah, we had a Goliath with a halfling cavalier that rode on the Goliath's shoulders. So he was using the Goliath as a mount, and they were like a tag team duo. And then we had a character with a homebrew class, which was kind of like a cross between Doctor Who and some kind of like Time Lord's wizard, Time Lord magic user kind of guy. And we had a monk as well. So that was the 4 that did the adventure last time. They all completed it and they all survived to the end. So once this is over, you'll be able to probably chat with them and whatever and see how they got on. But I did ask them not to give you any spoilers before tonight, so hopefully none of you got any heads up what's going to happen.
No.
Right. So without further ado, I'll give you the intro and we'll begin the game. So once upon a time, when the world was young and the children of mankind still huddled in small settlements, fearing the wild wood, fey creatures and monsters of legend roamed the wilderness, and elemental spirits guarded the true of hearts. Deep winter meant 2 things: darkness, cold, hunger, uncertainty, fear, and the festival of Yuletide. The small town of Kringle is famous throughout the northern lands of Underheim for its celebration. Its Yule log is unequalled in size. Setting out from your farms into the harsh winter snows, you and your companions just have to see it for yourselves. The journey is tough and the land is dangerous, but the feast and merriment are legendary. The Yuletide Eve in the valley of it's Yuletime Eve in the valley of Underheim. The winter snow is on the ground and there's a chill in the air as you and your company walk along the forest path. Tall evergreens frame a heavy pink sky that threatens afternoon snow. The woods are unusually quiet as creatures of the forest keep their distance. The warm fires of Kringle Town and a promise of Christmas cheer at journey's end can't come soon enough for your weary legs as you trudge through the deep snow. Up ahead in the gathering gloom,
He
you see the
froze.
silhouette of a stout character stumbling along the track. Each of you start the adventure with 1 level of exhaustion, which means you have disadvantage on your ability checks. You've been travelling in the heavy snow for a couple of days. You're cold, hungry and tired. So you all start with 1 level of exhaustion. And it's over to you.
Who wants half of that?
Now
Yeah.
I froze. Oh my.
It's half of it.
Yep.
Threat of evening snow.
Yeah, I got there.
So you're on a track in the forest, and up ahead is the silhouette of a character stumbling along the track in front of you.
Okay.
What now?
It's the second half of the intro. You froze.
Oh, did it not come out?
Yep.
Oh, big
It was halfway
pardon.
through. We got lost.
Sorry,
No.
I didn't
We got
realise.
up-
Let me read it again. I'm having a bit of problems with the internet tonight. I think everybody's on it being Christmas. So it's Yuletide Eve in the Valley of Underheim. The winter snow is on the ground and there's a chill in the air as you and your company walk along the forest path. Tall evergreens frame a heavy pink sky that threatens afternoon snow. The woods are unusually quiet as creatures of the forest keep their distance. The warm fires of Kringle Town and a promise of Christmas cheer at journey's end can't come soon enough for your weary legs. As you trudge through the deep snow, up ahead in the gathering gloom, you see the silhouette of a stout character stumbling along the track. Each one of you starts with 1 level of exhaustion due to the cold and tiredness in your legs from a long journey in the snow.
Excellent.
Cool.
Roughly how far is this?
I don't like talking to people.
How far away do you reckon this is currently?
So this character's probably about 200 meters or so up ahead of you. So he's a little distance off. It's quite gloomy. It's really not very nice out there at the minute.
Okay, so could I use an action to transform into wolf form and stealth off the road?
Yes, you may. Yeah,
Sort of scout ahead.
absolutely. Yeah.
So I use an action. It's kind of like an arcane burst, and I'll go from human form to wolf form, and all my gear and such is transformed into the form as well.
Yeah.
So there's nothing left behind. It's just now about 3 to 4 foot to the shoulder, 3 foot long, and I'll make a stealth check and then slink off the side of the road.
Okay. Yeah. Give us your stealth check.
19.
Oh, lovely. Yeah. So you slip off into the side of the track, just keeping inside the tree line as everyone approaches the character.
Yeah. Perception check, see what I can see about the character.
Okay.
21.
Oh, good one. Okay, so you can see that the mysterious figure is about 5 foot tall. He wears a red coat with a white fur trim and a red fur hat with the same white fur trim around it. His face has seen many winters and he walks with a stoop. He's kind of hobbling along, stumbling along there.
I'll return back to the group and then use another action if I can to return back to human form and relay that information.
Okay.
Come back to the group and just told you it's a guy about 5 foot tall, wearing a red coat, etc.
I say we invite him for a beer.
That sounds good.
I couldn't tell if there was any weapons or anything on him. He just looked,
I'll
harmless.
play a very loud, like almost bird-like noise. See if he pays attention to it.
Okay.
Okay.
And as you start playing your flute and the sweet music fills the woodland air, he kind of stops and pauses for a second and looks over his shoulder. You're pretty sure that he's seen you, and he's just sort of standing there now.
I'd like to join him in his song.
Yeah. So your violin comes
In
to
my
life.
violin.
Yeah.
Yep.
Comes to life
Yep.
and joins the sweet music of the flute. Or at least it sounds sweet to the stranger up ahead. Anyone closer to you, it sounds terrible.
I'm going to take a swig from my wineskin to a sort of.
I'm going to bury my head in the snow.
With my bit of bravado, I'd like to go up and ask him.
Okay. Are you all approaching, or are you going to let Rael?
Yeah, I'll go.
Yep, I'll approach too. I'll approach.
Okay. So yeah. So as you
I'll approach him while still playing.
Okay. So as you approach him, he sort of slowly turns round, says, "Hello."
Greetings, sir.
Yeah, greetings.
Oh, good. You are friendly.
Yeah, I'm friendly.
What are you doing out here?
What was that? Sorry.
Yeah, I'm friendly. Many things are not in this
Oh, good.
world, but I am.
We're people.
But,
Need to see the giant Yule log.
yeah, I'm headed to Kringletown. Are you headed to Kringletown?
Oh,
Maybe I can.
We're about
Maybe I can walk with you. The forest is very dangerous. I've been having a few problems.
problems.
Well, I got attacked by some bandits about half a day ago on the track. I think they are following me still. I'd very much like to have some company.
Were you alone, or were you with other people?
No, I was alone.
Okay.
Let,
I
let, me,
see.
Oh, no, you're not.
let me introduce myself. My name is Graham. What is your name? What is your name?
I am Roth.
Hello, Roth.
I am Peter.
Yeah, hello there, Peter.
I'm Jay.
We have Natari.
Graham.
Graham.
I'm Ryan.
Ah, your music sounds so
And
sweet.
Jay.
What are you doing on this track? In the middle of winter?
Good. The only way we need to get to Kringletown.
You're headed to Kringletown, yeah? And what is your business in the Kringletown?
Drink!
Food.
Drink and food.
Women.
Apparently.
I see. I'm hoping to visit the wizards in Kringletown, yeah.
Let's do like a little insight check to see if we get like an inkling if he's telling us the truth.
Okay, don't forget you got disadvantage because you're currently exhausted. What did you get? 10?
13.
Oh, 13.
13.
Yeah. So, as far as you can tell, everything he's told you so far is true.
Alright, okay.
Yeah,
Did you say you want to see a
I'm-
wizard in Kringletown?
Say that again?
Did you say you want to see a wizard in
Yeah,
Kringletown?
I'm headed to see the wizards. I have something very special. I need to show them. Very special, very secret.
Yeah, I've heard that one before.
I'm a trader in wondrous artifacts, magic items.
The good kind or the common people kind?
Well, this is it, broth. I do not know. I've seen many incredible things over the years. Most recently, I was searching an abandoned tinker's mine in Cornwall and found a powerful magic item. I can tell it's powerful, but I can't tell what it does. I'm not sure how it works, but I've heard the wizards in Kringletown know about such things. I'm hoping their knowledge can unlock it. It's here in my sack. I keep it safe.
May we
Can I
see this?
see it? Yeah.
I don't know. I've only just met you. You know, it's dangerous and there are bandits around. I don't know. It's in my sack. It's safe.
Come on, guy. You can't expect the guy to just show us his sack. We've only just met him.
And he holds up his sack. And, he holds up his sack and sort of you can see there's something in it, but you can't tell what it is at the minute.
Would you mind terribly if I join you seeing the wizards? The magic interests me.
Ah, you're magic as well. Could you show me a trick?
Yes, what would you like to see?
Oh, well, I don't know. You're the wizard. You show me. Do something
Okay.
fun. It's Christmas, yeah?
I'll go gather up some twigs. Just fireball at the twigs. See if I can make a little fire.
Okay, that sounds good. Fire is easy though. We can all do fire. But you start easy. It's good. So how about you others? I have a drink here, and he pulls out a silver hip flask, and he offers it round to each of you. If you want to have a drink from his flask.
My eyes light up.
I'll take a drink.
Yeah,
I'll
you
cast
join me?
um,
This is good. And he hands you the flask. And as you take a sip from it, you feel all sort of warm and you start to feel strong and alive again. And the level of exhaustion that you were suffering instantly leaves you. You're warmed and feeling good again.
Can I cast Mage Hand to take the drink, so I don't have to use my actual hands as a
Yeah,
little
can
mad.
do. Yeah.
Yeah. See, magic tricks.
And with that, the flask kind of floats across the gap between the two of you. It just tips itself into your mouth. And he's, yeah, that is quite good. I can see you have the magic. That is good. And just as he says that, he kind of stops and freezes, and he says, shh, can you hear that? And just as he says that, from the tree line, 2 mince pies come flying out of the trees. One hits him square in the face, and he falls to the ground. And the second one goes flying towards Atari and is 18 to hit.
18 will hit, yeah.
And it does 6 points of fire damage as molten mince pie hits you in the face and kind of scalds you. It's red hot.
In my drunken rage, I like to be like, "Hey, that's a waste!"
And with that, you hear a hunting horn blow, probably about 20 meters or so, just off the forest track to the right-hand side of you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Quick! I think it's bandits! Quick, make ready!
I'm gonna knock an arrow and be ready.
Okay.
I'm going to pull out the flute.
And I'm gonna ready my violin.
I'll pull my longbow.
You're going to
And
pull
that
out.
is scary.
Okay. So as you make ready and you draw your weapons from out of the tree line, come running 3 kind of creatures. They're about 3 foot high. They're wearing red hats. They're kind of grubby looking and grumpy looking. They've got leather tunics on. One of them's, they're all wearing big heavy iron boots. One of them is quite distinctive. His boots are brown. Another one is distinctive in that he's got a silver belt that's shining. And the third one, he's got kind of really white hair. And they're snarling and growling. And they come running out of the tree line directly at you. Roll for initiative, please.
4.
4.
6.
Oh dear.
17.
7.
I notice it's snowing.
Yeah.
Wait, what are we throwing? I like
Initiative.
it. Initiative.
Yeah.
It's 6.
6. Mike, what did you get?
Yep.
6 as well.
6 as well. Crikey. Are you sure you were rolling d20s?
I rolled a 17.
It's my first action. Can I throw a dice at them?
When you get there, yeah. So the first one with the brown boots comes charging out of the tree line, straight towards Broth, who's blowing his flute, and he kind of kicks him with his heavy iron boots. Can you make a dexterity save for us?
I can. Using a different dice this time.
Yeah. 14.
15.
DC 14. What did you get? 15?
Yeah.
Okay, so he comes running towards you and makes a massive swing with his heavy brown boot. You just manage to sidestep it as his boot goes sailing past you. The second one will come out and he's carrying a big curved sickle, and he will swing that at Peter, the werewolf. And he makes 3 attacks, so we got so 23. Does 23 hit?
Yeah, that hits.
Yeah, it's 23.
That hits.
14. 14. Yeah, does 14 hit?
Can you hear me? Yeah, no, that hits. That
Yeah,
hits.
hits. Okay, and 12. 12, does 12 hit?
No, it doesn't hit.
Okay. So two of them hit, and you take okay, 18 slashing damage.
Okay.
Okay, and
Oh my.
yeah, and with that, it's Natari's go.
Cool. So how many of them are there?
There's three. One with brown
Three.
boots, one with silver belt, and one with white hair.
Those are very random discerning features, but okay.
It makes it easier to remember them.
I suppose so, yeah. Okay, cool. So what I will do is I will count. I think I'm probably going to cast Chaos Bolt at level 1.
Yeah.
Chaos Bolt, range attack spell. So, who's on the most? Who looks the deadly?
Who looks the most deadly?
Yeah,
They all look pretty grim at the moment. They're all uninjured, and they're all snarling.
I'll go for the one with the silver belt then.
Okay.
Okay, that's 20 to hit.
Hits, yeah.
Cool. So, it takes 2d8 plus 1d6 damage. Right, I should probably be a little bit more organised with my die. So this is a really complex, I've rolled. Right. That's 11. That's 15 damage, and one of the types is poison damage.
Ooh, lovely. Okay, yeah. So that's definitely damaged him. He sort of takes a stumble back as you hit him there with your spell. Broth, you're up.
Roth, was that?
Yes.
Stood there playing my flute a little bit. I am going to while I'm sort of playing my flute as a little bit of a distraction, I've got a dagger up my sleeve,
Yep.
which I will fling at the nearest one to me.
Okay. So that'd probably be the one with the brown boots that just tried to kick you, I'd have thought.
Game, wouldn't it? Throwing his dexterity, isn't it?
Yep.
That would be a 6.
Is a miss. So you throw your dagger, but it goes wide and just sort of flies off into the woods there. Do you want to do anything else? Can you do anything else?
I like that dagger. No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't think I will, at least.
Okay. Jay.
Okay, just a second. Okay, so Jay plays the violin and it sounds hideous, and he throws Tasha's hideous laughter at the white bearded guy or whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
So it makes him laugh, and he must succeed a wisdom saving throw
Ooh,
or fall prone.
13 I got.
Just a second, I have to zoom in. It's spell save DC or
Yeah, I got
that?
13.
Oh, okay. It's 14.
Ah, so I
Pass.
failed.
Yep. He's unable to stand up for the duration. At the end of each turn, and each time it takes damage, the target can make another Wisdom saving throw.
Okay, so he's basically fallen over laughing, has he? And he can't get up at the minute.
Yep.
So he's on the
Yep.
floor in stitches laughing. It's probably the violin music that's done it. But whatever it is,
Yep.
he's in hysterics rolling around on the floor at the moment. Okay, good one. And it was his turn next, but he's too busy laughing to be able to get up. So it rolls round to Peter.
Okay, so the one that struck me, I'm guessing, is probably within 5 feet of me.
Yeah.
I'm going to use my action and shapeshift into hybrid wolf form.
Yeah.
So instead of being down on all fours, it's wolf form up on hind legs.
Yeah.
Once I've transformed with the bite and the claw attack. So we'll just roll on to hit on those. 5. So 9 on the first one and 14 on the second one.
Second one hits.
So that's a claw attack.
Yep.
And then that does 2d4 slashing. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 13, 13 slashing damage.
Ooh, nice. Yeah, so this guy now with the silver belt, he's looking pretty bloody. He's still on his feet. He's not out of the game, but he has taken a bit of a beating. Rael is next.
I'm gonna pop off towards Mr. Brown Boots
Yep.
with a where's my dice pen? A 18 to hit.
18 hits.
18. It's 4 plus 8 damage.
8.
8 piercing.
Rightio. Okay, good one. So back round to their turn again. So the guy with the brown boots is going to return that favour, and he makes a kick at you with his boots on this time, Rael. So if you can roll a dexterity save, DC 14.
We are 18, 19, 21.
21, yeah, easily. So he's swinging around like a donkey with his legs, but he can't seem to kick anybody at the minute. The second one with the silver belt, he runs over to where Graham is standing and swings at him with his sickle and actually takes a nasty chunk out of him. Graham falls to the floor, bleeding quite heavily. Natari, back to you.
The silver belt, he's still alive, but very barely, isn't he?
Well, he's been hit a few times, but he's still in the fight.
All right. I'm gonna back off a little bit from everyone and cast Firebolt at him.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So that is a 19 to hit.
Yeah, hits.
2d10. So that's 11 fire damage.
Yeah, he's looking ropey now. Absolutely, he's still standing, but his little goatee beard is singed, and his his little red hat is smoking. He's looking too good. He's still on his feet, but he's ropey now. Broth.
Cool.
Hello. I will. I will take this opportunity as a bonus action. Is that then bonus action or
What,
either way around?
what are you trying to do?
A dagger, and then I'll do my bardic inspiration.
Oh yeah, you can do that. Yeah.
The one that's laughing on the floor.
Oh yeah.
Sort of pots. If you flick the metal dart, you've got to get it in the hole.
Okay. You can
Do that with a dagger.
Yeah. You can have advantage as well because he's on the floor. He's in hysterics and he's prone anyway.
That would be 21.
Give me one first, please.
Yeah,
When I make them all.
What damage is a dagger? Is it 1d?
It's 1d4, I think.
So for some reason, my character sheet hasn't saved any of my weapons or anything on my spells.
Yeah, I think it's a d4 plus
3.
Yeah, 3. So the dagger plunges into him, and he kind of looks down and carries on laughing in hysterics. Whatever it is he's laughing at, he can't seem to shake it off.
And once I've done that, I'll take this opportunity to do my bardic inspiration. I'll play a little tune and words. We will fight them in the snow paths, etc., etc. And I will give Natari a d6, which they can use within the next 10 minutes. Add the number roll on one ability check or attack roll or saving throw.
So you basically get a d6 bonus to a roll that you make in the next 10 minutes because the sound coming from Broth's flute is so inspirational to you that you feel energised.
And you can use it. You can add it after you've rolled your d20 as well. You don't have to say you're doing it at the same time.
Yeah, so if you make a good roll, you can hold on to it.
Yeah. Well, within 10 minutes.
Within 10 minutes, yeah. Excellent.
Thank you.
Okay, Jay.
Okay, so how far away are they?
So two of them are right in the middle of you. The guy with the iron boots is busy trying to donkey kick everybody. And the one with the silver belt has just attacked Graham, who's fallen to the floor. So those two are kind of right in the middle of the melee with you guys. And then the guy with the white hair, who's got a dagger sticking out of him, he's laughing. He's on the floor, probably about 10 foot away or so, 10, 15 foot away to one side.
Okay, so I throw the spell Vicious Mockery on the one with the iron boots.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. So he needs to throw a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, dear. He rolls 4.
4?
Yeah.
So he takes 2d4. So 1 plus 3, that's 4 plus 6, that's 10 damage, and he has disadvantage on their next attack roll it makes.
Okay. So what is it that you say to him that upsets him so much? How do you mock him?
Well, there's so many insults, I can't come up with anything at the moment. But like, those boots are ugly. They're like from the 10 years like old. Sorry.
He kind of looks at his boot and his little mouth.
What kind of fashion is that?
His little mouth curls down
from the underworld.
And there's a little tear in one of his eyes, and he just stands there looking at his boots, and he's weeping now. He's very sad.
Oh my god! I'm sorry, my English is very bad. I didn't talk like
that's all right. No, you're all right.
For a long time.
So the guy lying on the floor, he's got to make another save, hasn't he, to see if he stops laughing now. Is that correct?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. He rolls 10, which I'm guessing is a fail. So he continues to lie around on the floor, laughing hysterically, with this dagger sticking out of him. And Peter, you're back up.
Okay, how far is the next guy from me? I think one that ran away, didn't they? Or ran over someone else?
Yeah, he kind of went over to Graham and slashed him with his sickle. But they're all kind of within 5-10 foot in the sort of group that you're in.
Go back up to the guy with that silver belt who attacked me first. Sickle. And I'm gonna go for another multi attack. Okay. 14 on one, and the other one is definitely a fail.
Okay, 14 hits.
Yep. That's a bite attack. That is 1d. 10. That is 10.
10. Yeah. So how do you finish him?
That was the bite attack. So I guess I've walked up behind him, kind of maybe took him by surprise a little bit. Just gonna sort of lean in, arms back, and just clamp on with the jaws around his head, and rip it off.
So you're kind of standing there, and his body falls to the floor, and you've got the head of this little leathery-looking fellow with a little white goatee beard and a red hat, just hanging limp in your mouth there. And Rael, it's your turn.
Hell. Well, how do you look for that? I'm going to go over to the laughing guy.
Yep.
And do a double attack.
Oh, okay.
But it just says attack. You can attack twice.
Yep.
Do that.
Okay.
Go for that. Across his chest. One's a 10.
Okay. That's a miss.
And one's a 17.
17 hits.
17 hits. So one slash across his chest with a d6. With a plus 4. 10 damage.
Oh, nice. So yeah, he's got a dagger sticking out of him and a big slash across his chest now, but he's still lying there laughing hysterically. He's quite an idiot, this one. Cool. Okay.
He's going to take a swig from my hip flask.
So the guy with the iron boots, he's crying and looking at his boots, and he kind of looks up, and he looks at Jay. He can't get what Jay said to him out of his head, and he's got tears rolling down his cheeks now, and he just shakes his head like that.
Oh my god!
And he looks at his boots, and he's just shaking his head, and he trumps over to his mate who's on the floor giggling hysterically, grabs him by the sort of scruff of his neck, and he starts dragging him off back into the woods. You can all have an attack of opportunity as they kind of trudge off into the woods if you want to. You can pursue them.
I'm going to go for a longbow.
I'm going to take pity on them and just stood there shaking my head.
So
heal one of them.
So Natari's up first. He's so the one who's crying is dragging off the one that's laughing into the woods. Do you want to do anything as they walk off?
Yeah. Can I hit him with a ray of frost?
Yeah.
Evil sod.
Oh. Attack of opportunity. It's not advantage. We just get a free attack.
Yeah, you can just have an attack as they're going off. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna roll my 1d6 inspiration as well.
Okay.
It's 1d8, not 6.
Is it 8? Is that? I thought it was 6.
Yep.
Yeah, I forgot to add the leveling up bonus.
Okay, so that means 16 to hit.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Cool. So that'll hit him with 2d8, which is 9 points of cold, and it also reduces his movement speed by 10 feet.
Okay, so yeah, blast him with your ray of frost, and he kind of turns white and he's frosted over. He's still moving, but it's kind of robotic now. as he's as icicles forming on his arms, and he's not happy at all. His tears have actually frozen, and now they're sort of cracking and breaking off of his cheeks where he was crying so much.
Oh.
He's
I feel kind of sorry for that guy.
He's really upset. He's only about 2.5 foot tall. He's only a little fella. Okay, Broth, you're up next.
I'm not going to do anything. I'm just sat there shaking my head, feeling really, really sorry for him.
Okay, Jay.
Okay, so I'm gonna throw heat metal at his boots.
Oh, okay.
This poor bloke.
Just a second, I have to
I don't like
see.
his boots.
That's all right.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy is about 2.5 foot tall, but his boots are probably almost half the size of him. They're enormous compared to the size of him. Each one's about the size of his head, I would say.
So, just a second. Because any creature. Oh, so. Oh, where is my D20? God's sake. 16.
Yeah, 16 hits.
And that's 2d8 fire damage.
1 sec, it sounds like someone's in my garden.
4,
Okay.
8 and 4, that's 12. Plus 5, that's... Wait, 12? I got lost.
That's all right.
4, 12, plus 5, that's 17 damage.
Oh, that's just enough to finish him off, actually. So how do you want to do it?
Oh, well, I just laugh at him and I throw the spell at him. And then I burst into laughter.
So he's trudging off into the forest. The ray of frost hits him, and he kind of turns a bluey colour, and his tears all freeze and start dropping on the floor. And there's sort of a layer of frost over his skin. And then you hit him with a spell, and his brown boots, all the iron that's shod in these boots starts to glow red, and he starts hopping from foot to foot. And there's steam raising from his head now, where he's defrosting so quickly. And he pulls his boots off and throws them into the woods, and just sort of he just faints and falls over in the snow, and he's just lying there still now. That's him gone.
Oh my god!
The guy that he was dragging back kind of rolls over, stands up, points his finger, and he's still laughing at him, and he scuttles off into the forest there, and off they're gone.
Oh my god!
So you're alone on the forest path once more. And Graham, the old guy that you met, is lying on the floor bleeding.
What sort of condition is he in?
Oh, he looks pretty rough. Yeah, he sort of holds his hand up, and he's lying there on the floor. He's like,
I'll cast Cure Wounds on him before he dies. I don't want to kill Santa. I'll do it at level 1. So it's 1d8 plus...
Spellcasting ability.
Yeah, it's the modifier in it. 1d8 plus 3. Oh dear. Well, he gets 4 hit points back.
So just as you do that, you place your hands on him and start muttering away. But he puts his arm out onto your shoulder. And, my friend, it is too late for me. I can't hold on any longer. Please make sure the wizards get the magic item. And with that, he collapses and dies in front of you.
Oh no, you're not gonna die on me.
So
he does.
First thing
CPR
I do is
on him.
jump back up and say, that was not me. I did not do that.
He hits his chest and
Do
tries to
not blame
wake
the
him
demon.
up.
In my wolf form, I just let out an almighty howl.
So no matter what any of you try, his body is just limp, lying there in the snow with his sack next to him. He's got his red coat with his white fur, and he's just lying there. His hat's just fallen off to one side. It's a really nice hat, actually. You pick it up and it feels all soft and very expensively made, actually. And his little.
Can I don his sort of red gear?
You can, yeah. You put on his little red hat and his coat if you like, yeah.
While you're
And
stealing
take
all
his
this,
little flask. Go take his little
while you're
flask.
stealing the clothes of a dead body,
Yes, I am.
I'll
I
go
have no
steal his backpack.
Is there anything else we can loot from the body?
Well, the sack's lying next to him with the magic item that he was alluding to earlier. That's next to him. And other than that, he's got his leather trousers on and just kind of normal travellers' leather trousers and sort of bits and pieces.
About the guy I killed by ripping his head off. Got anything we can take?
He's got leather trousers on. He's got his belt. He's got a silver belt on, actually, that guy. So you could probably have the silver belt off him. Although you are a werewolf, so
I'm not going near silver.
Yeah, as you kind of look at the silver, you sort of there's a little bit of you're a bit apprehensive about.
Actually, no, I'm good. We'll trinket out the backpack and throw it at Natari.
Catch it. I stash it away.
Any ideas what it is?
What's that? Oh, you're looking at the sack?
Yeah, I took whatever the trinket is out and then threw it at Natari.
So,
Can I do an arcana?
Throw it at him.
So as you open the sack and look inside, in the bottom of the sack is a snow globe, and you can almost feel the power that's within it.
Can I roll an arcana check to see what kind of power it is?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
The power of Christmas.
I like it.
Power of Christmas compelled you.
Nice.
21 on the arcana check.
What did you get?
21.
21, nice one. So yeah, you pull out the snow globe from the bag, and as you hold it in your hand and look into it, you shake it a little bit, and little snowflakes are going down. And in the centre of the snow globe is a festive scene. It looks like a town square. It's cobbled, and there's a log in the middle that's burning away. There's 2 or 3 houses around the edge of the square, and a big house at one end with a couple of large soldiers, sort of giant toy soldiers, standing either side of the doorway. And as you look in there, you can feel the magic radiating off it, and you notice that all around where you're standing is getting darker and darker and quieter until it's actually pitch black. And for about maybe 2 or 3 seconds, the 5 of you are standing in utter pitch black darkness, which is silent, and then slowly the light returns, and you find that you're looking, as you look around, you're standing in a town square. The ground that you're standing on is cobbled and lightly dusted in snow, and there's a giant oak log burning warmly at one end. There's people in the street all around you. They're all looking quite upset. There's a few buildings around the square. They're timber framed with limed wash plaster between the beams. The upper floors are all overhanging the lower floors, kind of like old medieval buildings. They've got fairy lights hanging from their eaves, and they're brightly decorated trees in the windows. You can see there's a few sort of little, what look like shops that are all closed up, but nonetheless they're cheerfully decorated. And one end of the square that you're standing in stands out peculiar, as it's got a pair of 8-foot toy soldiers standing unmoving either side of the door. The sign above reads toys. It's now dark, and you are standing in the square that was in the snow globe.
Completely oblivious to the surroundings around me, I'll just sort of turn at Natari and go, "What have we told you about teleportation? Get consent first."
Sometimes it just happens.
I'm like, this
That
is
is no
not
excuse.
new to me. I wake up in a random place all the time.
You just sort of shrug it off.
Yeah.
I get close to one of the toy soldiers and I try to poke one.
So the toy soldier just looks down and just says, "No," and that's it.
What the heck was that?
Hmm.
So there's a few people.
You said there was villagers all around
Yeah,
us.
there's people in the town square. They all look quite upset, but there's about 20 or 30 people, all in the town square there, mooching about.
Hmm.
Can we just sort of grab the one closest to us and ask him why he looks so miserable at this time of year?
Yeah. Hello, will you help us?
Help with what?
We are trapped in here. We don't know how to get out.
Oh god. So that means you're trapped too.
Yeah, I should say so.
I glare at Natari.
Oh god.
So I'm still in wolf. I'm still in that hybrid wolf form, so I'm just going to try and intimidate this guy and get some information out of him.
I think he's scared already.
21, and I want to know how they got here.
Okay, so he kind of looks up at you and he's trembling, and as you're looking at him trembling, you notice the snow around his where he's standing is slowly turning yellow. He's certainly scared of you. Oh, don't kill me.
That's what you do.
I'm gonna go and pet the werewolf just to show he can be harmless.
So the village, the townsfolk,
His leg starts twitching.
he says to you, an old man dressed in a red coat tried to sell us a snow globe. When we touched it, everything went dark and we ended up here. The only person already here was the old toy maker, Klaus. But the soldiers took him earlier today and now keep him locked in the toy shop. He told us we needed to escape before midnight, before his brother arrived. But they took him before he could tell us how.
Oh.
I say we find Klaus.
What are these toy soldiers made of?
They're made of wood, I think, but we can't get near them. Every time we try to get in the toy shop, they block the door.
I reckon we'd burn them.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, I'm gonna, if everyone's all right with it, just light an arrow off that burning log in the center and fire it at one of the toy soldiers.
Could you guys just wait a minute? I need to get something for drink.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you.
Does anyone else need a break? Take 5 minutes if you want.
I'm good. I prepped for once.
I've got some water still.
Huh.
Ow, shit.
I set something on fire with my bow and arrow. I got killed within about 3 minutes.
Don't do that. Let's have a snowy village. Why won't that work? Okay. You all right? So, without further ado, you guys are standing in the town centre then. You just spoke to the village. Old guy in a red coat tried to sell him a snow globe, and when he touched it, he's ended up here. That the only guy, the only person that was already here was an old man who they've locked up in the toy shop. And there's two giant 8-foot soldiers. One's a red toy soldier and one's a blue toy soldier. And they're guarding the entrance to the toy shop currently.
But they're inanimate.
So it's over to you.
I can actually see eye to eye these things. They're only 8 foot tall.
Yeah, they're about 8 foot tall, yeah.
Are they metal?
No, the
No.
the villagers thinks they're made out of wood.
Yeah, I'm going to fire the fiery arrow at one of them.
I was going to set fire.
Oh my god.
No fire.
Okay.
In fact, I've got double attack. I'll fire double arrows at them.
Which one are you going for? The blue one or the red one?
We'll go for the red one. Stay festive.
Cool.
Could you kind of like notch 2 arrows and other direction? Like really cool Legolas type of style.
That would be very. I don't know. It works with double attack with a longbow, but I'm going to go for that.
I'm going to say that sounds cool enough.
Arrow between each finger and.
Yeah, why not?
So let's do 2 different things. One's a 9, 10, 11, 12. 9. One's a 13 to hit.
That hits.
And one's a 26 to hit.
That hits.
So we're doing 1d8 plus 4. So we've got 10 damage.
Okay.
I don't know whether it's burning damage or whatever it is.
Probably piercing, I would have thought. Oh, yeah.
And,
give it fire damage, shall we?
and 8 damage on the other one.
Oh, okay. So 18 altogether. Fire damage as well. So 16. Oh, okay. Yeah, so these 2 flaming arrows fly across the town square, stick in the chest of this toy soldier. They're smouldering away, but he doesn't seem to react particularly.
Hmm.
Well, at least he didn't take offence to you shooting a flaming arrow at him.
There is that, yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to take another big swig from my wine thing, get a little bit more.
Liquid
I fire
courage.
better when I'm drunk. Yeah.
Do they seem like hostile?
They seem oblivious, to be fair.
Are they just inanimate objects? Are we just shooting at like wooden statues?
Well, Jay approached
Oh,
one
no, they
earlier.
did speak to.
Yeah, Jay.
She poked it, didn't she?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to.
Maybe we should just talk to them.
I'm gonna
Yep.
Just
That
ask
sounds
why
like
no.
Why no?
perhaps about first.
Hmm.
Oh crap! 6.
Can I, Arrow.
So, what were you rolling for, Mike?
Just investigation, see if there's any traps or anything like that. But I got a 6.
Yeah, so you can't really, you didn't really notice anything untoward.
Okay.
Can I ask the blue one? Do you want to be my friend?
How close are you to Are you going to go up to him and ask him, or are you shouting across the square?
Yeah, I'm gonna like be 5 feet away from him.
Okay, so you call out to him, do you want to be my friend? He looks down, he says no, and you need to roll a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, really? 11 plus. That's 14.
14 is just a save, and so he says no and sort of moves to grab hold of you, but you manage to dodge out of his grasp, and then he just returns to where he was standing.
You say no and then you want to hug me. Like, really?
Have we still got that guy that I intimidated into giving us the answer?
He's hanging around, yeah, he's standing in a yellow puddle at the moment. He's quite scared of you.
Him again, and if I'm successful, I want him to walk up to the door and just see what happens if he tries to go through the door.
7. So you turn and start growling at him, and he just bursts into tears and flees for his life. And it's quite interesting as you watch him run. He runs between 2 buildings, and seems to actually run into a invisible wall. Knocks himself out and falls over in the snow.
Can
Colin,
I cast?
Right.
Sorry, go on.
What's you've got these 2 soldiers standing in between them. What's between them? Is it like a shop front with a door and stuff?
Yeah, they're standing either side of the door.
Okay. sort of, is it possible to back away out of their eyesight or somewhere that they can't really see or hear?
You could walk round the corner of the building.
I'll grab Peter and sort of drag him round the side and cast invisibility on us both at 3rd level.
Oh, okay, yeah, cool.
Okay. Right. Okay.
And very quietly whisper at him, if they can't see us, they can't kill us.
Nice thinking.
That's true.
I'm gonna jump in to see if I can cast Mask of the Wild here to see if I can hide from them.
Okay.
I don't actually know how to cast that. It just says it.
What's it called? Mask of the Wild?
I've got this pre-gen sheet and it says snow count, so
Okay.
gotta give it a go.
Wait, the werewolf just turned invisible.
Yeah.
No way,
right.
you just hear, shh.
I want to tell a joke. What do you call a lost lycanthrope? A werewolf.
Way!
Very good.
No way, you
I
just
want
hear,
to use that.
shh.
How long have you been waiting to use that joke?
Yeah.
Don't ask me that.
That's good. I'm going to steal that, unfortunately.
It just seemed like the right moment.
It was.
I set it up for you, you just knocked it out of the park.
You did. It's good, this.
Let's see.
While I'm invisible, I'm going to drop down to pure wolf form and just sort of like start sniffing around and see what I can, if there's any way, like a back door or something into this building.
Okay.
So that's a 5.
Oh. So, although you're invisible and you start padding around, looking behind you, you do notice that you're leaving 4 rather large paw prints everywhere you go in the snow that's on the ground.
Yeah.
So you make your way around the building. There's no back door as such, but there's a number of windows. They're shut,
Right. Okay.
but there's a number of windows. And it's a single-storey building, thatched roof with a chimney on top, and there's a bit of smoke coming out of the chimney.
Okay.
Did you manage to find the Mask of the Wild
No,
thing?
I can't see it in the player's handbook.
Oh.
I will Google it 2 seconds.
Yeah, sorry. I'm sure it should be in here.
Oh, you're right.
Apparently it's a wood elf trait.
Oh, it's probably... Oh, here we go. I'm looking in the spells section then. Let me have a look on the wood elf. Hold on.
Mask of the Wild.
You can attempt to hide even when you are only lightly obscured in foliage, heavy rain, falling snow, blah, blah, blah. You can basically attempt to hide.
Yeah, so you don't need to have cover. You
That's
can,
like I said.
yeah.
Yeah, it's to... Yeah.
So you can give us
Can you move when hidden?
Yeah, if you give us a stealth check, and it beats their passive perception.
Let's try that. Stealth. Where the hell's stealth?
It's on the it should be on your character sheet. It's one of the skills.
I've got a very crap character sheet. It's one of them. It just tells me strength, dex, con, int, whiz, car. Stealth plus 7. It's alright. 16.
16's pretty good, yeah.
In that case, I'm going to attempt to sneak past them through the door.
Okay. So they're standing either side of the door, and there's quite heavy snow, so you're going to have to make some sort of a distraction or something to get past them, because they're basically standing either side of the door guarding it. The only way to get past them is to walk past them, if you see what I mean. Although you've got your Mask of the Wild, you're in a town square, and...
Well, are my burning arrows still stuck to them?
Yes, yeah.
Can I pour a bit of my loving booze on them and just sort of
You can
fan the flames?
set light to it. Yeah, it can do, yeah. So you can
Yeah,
certainly sneak up to the side of it and throw a bit of alcohol on it that's going to set it alight. If if you want to give us give us a roll a couple of d6 and give us a bit of fire damage.
We've got a 4 and a 1.
Oh dear. Okay, cool. Yeah, so he's now, his whole chest is sort of on fire and it's sort of burning up around him. He looks like a Christmas pudding.
It's bad, but I think we're probably just like wasting all of our time trying to do this, and if we just casually walk through the door, everything will be okay.
Quite possibly.
Can I just try and walk through the door?
Yeah, so as you walk towards the door, if you can make 2 dexterity saving throws. 1 for each of the soldiers.
I think your thinking was wrong here.
Cool, so I got a 15 and a 16.
Oh, so you passed them both. So they both, as you walk towards the door, the soldiers stand together like that across the front of the door, and they both try to grab hold of you. You duck out their arms, but now they're blocking the whole of the front door. So they're standing in front of the door as such, and they tried to grab you as you were there.
Well, that didn't go quite according to plan. I just hope that they would just let me through.
Can I go back to form and then try and climb in through one of the windows in the rear of the building?
Yeah, so you test the windows and you can feel that they're locked. But they're glass windows and you can kind of see in. It's not the greatest quality glass. It's a bit like looking through a bathroom window, but you can see a warm glow inside and bits and pieces.
So if they're locked, can I just smash them?
You can smash them, yeah. You can knock on them or smash them, whatever you want.
Smashing. To smash it, so I guess just use a claw attack on it?
Yeah, I mean, you can smash it easily. It's only a glass window. There's no one near you and you're kind of hidden, so as long as you would take to break it, you've got. So yeah, you smash the window easily.
Right. So I'm going to smash it and just try and climb in for it and get inside.
Okay, yeah. So you can jump inside and you're now inside the building.
Okay. What do I see?
So there's toys of every description fill the shelves and hanging from the ceiling. There's clockwork animals that are robotically moving around the floor, and the smell of a winter's feast fills your nose. There's tiny coloured lights and boughs of evergreens and holly decorating the beams of this cosy little workshop. Sitting by a large warm fire sits a well-fed, jolly fellow, and we'll cut there and ask what the others want to do.
Yeah.
I'm sat there muttering under my breath, going,
Ooh. Oh, lost you again.
Quit it.
Oh, hello. I lost you again, guys.
Right.
Yeah.
Just say me and Carly are a bit dead set on taking down these soldiers, but they don't seem to take damage so much.
Okay.
Yeah, noticed that any of the commotion of me smashing the window. I mean, obviously,
it made quite a bit of noise, but the soldiers didn't seem to react.
Right, screw it. I'm gonna cast. You said they stood next to each other, so they're like side by side now, aren't they?
So yeah, there's a door, and you walked up to them, and they went dump like that, and tried to grab hold of you.
Cool. They're within 5 feet of each other, yeah.
Yes. Oh yeah.
I want to cast
shoulder to shoulder. They are.
I want to cast lightning bolt between the two of them.
Okay.
Which has a 5-foot radius.
Yep.
So they have to make a dexterity saving throw.
Ooh. So 6 and 13.
Enough failures, so they take 8d6 and they both combust into flame if they're flammable.
Oh, okay. One of them's already on fire.
One of them is, the other one will be as well.
8d6.
That's quite a high level spell.
Jesus.
Level 3.
Oh, nice.
Should nickname Thor by any chance?
Got 76, so I have to re-roll one of them.
Cool.
Very irritating.
Right, what have we got?
I'll let you do the
You
maths.
can never have enough dice.
Wait. Where is it? This.
That's 30 damage each.
Ooh, okay.
This is a pound of dice off Amazon.
Ooh,
I can't
that's
open it.
pretty
What-
nice.
What kind of damage is it?
I think it's lightning damage. Yeah, lightning damage they take, but then if they're flammable object, they also catch fire.
Okay,
If they're made of
so
wood, then I assume.
you hit them with this lightning bolt, and the red one that was already in flames goes up in flames, and the top half of him almost seems to he's sort of standing there like that, and he's in flames, and all of a sudden he just goes like that. So he's still standing, but he's slumped over, he's unmoving, and he's just a flaming stump. But the blue guy, he's still standing there, and he's covered in fire now, still standing guard.
Can I do a stab of it while it's burning?
Yeah, you can do, yeah.
Try and get rid of it.
So as you walk forward to
That's
stab
fine now.
it, can you make a dexterity saving throw?
I'm hidden. Oh no, I'm not hidden anymore. We
We
got a 13.
13. Okay, so as you walk towards him with your sword out to swing, he actually manages to grab hold of you. Okay, alright. And you take 20 bludgeoning damage and are now grappled.
Fucking hell.
Oh my. Oh god.
Can he escape from said grapple?
You can give it a go. So we can do a contested strength check.
Yeah. It's a.
15 for me.
Do I get any? Oh, I got a +1, so 16.
Oh, okay. So you've managed to you take your 20 damage and grapple, but you manage to sort of break his grapple, and you fall down because he's 8 foot tall, so you fall down onto the floor, prone, and that's the end of your turn currently.
Yeah.
Hmm.
We're not even in initiative, are we? We're just doing things.
You can roll for initiative if you want to make it official, but yeah,
While I'm lying down, I'm going to take a quick.
Well, they're not attacking us per
Pop,
se,
pop.
they're just defending themselves. So.
exactly, yeah.
Oh god. What to do?
I think long range is best for these.
Yep, but still. I'm gonna try to mock the red one that got hold of.
So the red one's out
Like
of it.
companion.
He's slumped over and he's just a burning shell now.
Oh, so the blue one grappled.
Yeah, yeah. The blue one's currently on
I'm gonna
fire.
use Vicious Mockery on him. And I'm gonna say, oh, wait. Yeah, he has to roll DC.
He's got to make a save, isn't he? Oh,
Yep.
look at that. 20.
Wisdom. Oh my god. No. But can I still say it?
You can say, oh, certainly, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're not a complete idiot. Some parts are obviously missing.
And it's almost as if you said it to a wall. There's no reaction whatsoever.
Can you guys say anything but no? I mean,
He just looks at you and goes, no.
so not quite intelligent, are we?
Dropped a dice.
Let's see what I have. Can I try to slice his like arm off with my rapier?
Yeah, you can give it a go. So as you walk up to him to swing, make a dexterity saving throw. DC 14.
Oh god. It's low. Wait. What kind of saving throw?
Dexterity.
That's 9.
Okay, so
So
he
yeah.
he grabs
Damn.
he grabs hold of you, lifts you up in the air, and starts squeezing. And you take 19 bludgeoning damage and are grappled.
Great.
Where is everyone? There's like,
The werewolf's inside the toy shop.
yeah,
Broth is round the corner, invisible.
I was just throwing it around the corner.
Yeah. You're lying.
How long are we invisible?
I think it's an hour, or until I decide otherwise.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Just like climb back out the window, and then kind of like back into these guys. But it's much easier if you just come around this way.
We can't see that.
No one can see you, so they're all just wondering what's going on. They can see these giant footprints, but they can kind of hear some, but they can't see anything.
And in hybrid form, I can still speak common.
Ah, okay. You have a gruff voice then. But yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So they can hear you, but they can't see you.
Idiots.
Come this way.
Can I see what's going on from where I am?
You're around the corner at the moment, but you can hear a commotion.
I'll make my way around to see what's going on.
And so as you turn the
Whether
corner,
anybody can see me.
yeah, as you turn the corner of the building, you can see the burning shell of a red soldier, and standing next to it is a blue soldier that's burning brightly, and has also got Jay in a bear hug, and he's sort of standing there. Jay's sort of kicking and struggling, but he's hanging there at the minute.
Okay.
Can I just say to the wooden thing, like, can you please let me down?
And he just
I
looks.
had enough hugs.
He looks at you and says, "No," and you can smell pine just from his breath as he says it.
I can smell what?
Is he taking like damage?
You can, has he taken damage? Yeah, quite a bit. He's on fire.
Can I sort of do something while I'm invisible? Well, start to do it while I'm invisible with the spell around, obviously.
You can certainly try.
From where I am, I'm sort of stood behind, about 15 feet away from them. Just sort of rubbing my hands against the burning of the fire.
Yeah.
And then I suddenly appear, and there is an incredibly loud ringing noise just above the wooden soldier's ear. Painfully intense. And each creature within 10 feet of that point takes 3d8 thunder damage
Cool.
on a failed save.
Ooh. What kind of save do we need to make?
I don't actually know, it doesn't say.
Probably a save against your spell DC, but it'd be
Constitution.
Constitution.
Constitution saving throw.
Okay. So
Inanimate creatures made of inorganic materials such as stone, crystal, or metal have disadvantage on the saving throw.
okay. So
Saving throw too.
so that means Jay needs to throw as well.
Yeah.
Wait, I need
Sorry.
Constitution.
Constitution. Yeah. I got.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
With,
think Craig killed me, well, injured me with something like this last time, actually.
with disadvantage, I rolled 11.
So 15.
Is this?
I hope I pass.
Is it measured against my spell DC?
Yes.
14.
Oh.
Okay, I passed.
Yeah.
So
Thank God.
the wooden dude failed, didn't he?
I failed. Yeah.
That's 3d8. 4d8. I'm not sure I have that many d8s. Hold on. 8, 4. 4, 8, 15, 17 damage.
Oh yes, he's gone. So that bell starts ringing and his head starts vibrating, and it just explodes. There's splinters fly everywhere, and he's dead. He's gone. And Jay sort of drops to the floor, prone. So,
Hello there, Ollie's wife.
just delivering coffee. DM Essentials.
Room service? I do one of those.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
I'm not quite sure how you can follow beer with coffee, though.
Well, actually, I've got a little drop of this as well at the minute. A bit of whiskey too.
Ooh.
So, whiskey and coffee is always good.
That'll do.
Yeah, it's Christmas
Irish
after all.
coffee.
Yeah, rum and coffee.
No, yeah, you can have Irish coffee's whiskey in it.
Irish coffee's
Yeah,
a better style
whiskey
whiskey.
and coffee and cream.
Yep.
Yeah.
We've been having Baileys in it lately.
Yeah, Santa's got some Baileys.
We're not posh enough to have Baileys.
Well, it's false Lidl's Baileys.
I was going to say the Lidl's one is great, or the Aldi one we've got, I think.
It's one or the other. It's one of them. It was about £4 anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Mrs. can't drink, so I don't have anything at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I broke free.
Yeah,
from
so
the
well,
arms of the wooden thing.
yeah,
It was sort of exploded from it.
Yeah, this soldier that had hold of you has just exploded from the sonic vibrations of this ringing that he heard, and you've dropped down into the snow. Like you're lying next to Royale, so you're both kind of in the snow there together, having tried
I was
to.
going to offer her a drink from my flask.
Yeah. So,
I'll walk over to them and turn around and say,
Wait, you gave me a drink.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, mate. And I sip.
I'll walk up to them and say, there's a window open around the back.
Oh,
oh dear.
when did that happen?
15 minutes ago.
Yeah, I was kind of busy mocking these guys.
So you can.
Can we just sort of try the door now? We might as well try it while we're here.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can.
Yep,
Yeah, the
we can
door.
go through the front door.
The door swings open easily, and
Well, I actually, yeah, sorry.
Go on, carry on.
Yeah, I actually thought of going through the window. Thank you, mate, for making things obvious.
So the door swings open easily, and inside you can see all kinds of wonderful toys. They're on the shelves. They're hanging from the ceilings. There's clockwork animals, all sort of robotically moving around on the floor. You can smell a feast that's been cooking. The smell of pigs in blankets and turkey and stuffing and all the good stuff filling your nose. There's lights and decorations all over the place. And sitting by a large fire is a well-fed, jolly-looking fellow.
Yeah.
Well, with this feast, is there any sort of drinks on the table as well?
Yeah, there's drinks and food and all sorts of stuff.
Sort of run over and start filling my flasks back up, my water skins and such.
Oh, come hold yourself there, young one. Introduce yourself before you take my food. Ho, ho, ho.
I am Rail. Who are you?
Hello there, Raoul. I'm Klaus. Let me ask you a riddle, Raoul. When is a boat like
Indeed.
snow?
What?
When is a
Can you
boat?
repeat?
When
Like
is a
snow.
boat like snow? Ho, 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 ho. When it's
Snow.
adrift, keep up. Ho, 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 ho. Now have some
That's a
wine
good
and
one,
fill your
man.
belly. Well, thank you. I haven't had a visitor in such a long time. Come in and warm yourself by the fire. Oh,
It might have something to do with those guards outside.
oh, well, those soldiers, they are a pain. Well, I noticed you're wearing my coat and hat. Ho, ho, ho. Thank you. I thought I'd never see them again.
I didn't know these were yours.
Yo, yes. Can you not tell by the quality? They're finest satin, you know. Ho, 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 ho.
Well, I'll sort of give them back to him with a thanks for keeping me warm, I guess.
Well, thank you. Take 1 hit dice of health points back, any of you that need it, while you're eating my food.
Oh, well, thank you. What a
Oh.
bit of a
How
weird
many?
thing.
Thank you, Klaus.
Yes, use one of your
How
hit
many?
dice and regain some health. There's good, fellows.
While he's sort of introducing himself, can I see the broken window in the back?
Yes.
I'll sort of carefully sneak up behind it and start casting mending on the window.
Oh, you noticed my window? Curious thing happened. It just seemed to break.
I have no idea why.
I saw the frame jiggling about
Me
and
neither.
the table moved a little bit, but I don't know what happened.
Funny thing, this weather in this place, isn't it?
It's that time of year, my friend.
Yeah, it's all fixed now. Let's think nothing more of it.
Oh, you are a gentleman. Have some sherry.
I've not heard of sherry since I was about 3 and my nana drank it.
Oh, your nana was a wise woman. It's fine stuff on a winter's day.
Oh, God.
I'm going to just try and intimidate him by nat
Can you
20.
Trying to intimidate Santa.
You can't.
Don't you dare.
Oh,
Don't you dare.
Why over here?
We're just sort of round around this giant werewolf, kicking him in the shin, going, "No."
Oh, look at your friend. He's a brave one, isn't he? And he just sort of chuckles in that little spot behind a dog's ear that makes them go all funny and their back legs start twitching like that. He just gives him a little stroke there.
Mr.
Stood there going,
Claus,
"No, stop it."
are you aware of how we got here?
Well, I'm guessing it's something to do with my brother. It's quite a sad tale, I can tell you if you're interested.
We already got the ending.
Well, it's a sad tale. I'll tell you anyway. My brother, Graham, he always was a jealous boy. He left home when we were still young. I'd not seen him for many years. I assumed he'd met his end in some distant land. Anywho, he turned up here at my door last year, so I let him in and we made merry until the early hours. When I awoke, he was gone, along with my best coat and hat. They were lined with the finest satin. You see, I have an allergy to normal clothes. All the kids used to laugh and call me Satin Klaus when I was young. Anywho, he left me a present, a little round globe. When I looked inside, bang! I was here, and I've been here ever since. Now, later that same day, others from the town joined me trapped in this globe, until midnight when my brother, who always was a sourpuss, my mother used to call him Graham Sourpuss, or Grahampus for short. It suited him, you see. Anywho, at midnight he returned and began turning all the townsfolk into nasty little red-capped gnomes. Then off they went, and I was left alone. I spent a year making toys. It's my favourite thing, you know. I used to give them to all the local children. Now, my brother carries that globe in his pocket. If you could get hold of it and smash it, I'm sure we'll all be set free. Now, mind how you go. If anyone he catches, he turns into those nasty red devils. He has snowmen bodyguards sometimes. So, take these special baubles and throw them at any snowmen. It'll soon stop them bothering you. Here you go. And with that, he hands you a festive sack with a picture of himself on it, a jolly red fellow with a big white beard. And inside is lots of little glass Christmas tree baubles.
But wait, isn't
Can I
he
use-
like dead?
Can I use like a charisma persuasion thing to very nicely inform him that we sort of let his brother die?
You can do, yeah. I don't think so. He's renowned for his trickery, you know. But well, if you killed him, we're all kind of stuck here, and that's a worry, really.
I didn't say we killed him. We just didn't. He didn't let us fix
Save
him.
Oh,
Yeah.
When we came
14.
here,
So tell me how he died.
Well, it was a bit of a strange story, really.
I hate his liver.
1 minute there was flaming mince pies hitting him across the face, and then there was 3 small people who sort of attacked him, and then they attacked us, and then I tried to heal him.
What did these people
But he-
look like?
Well, one was a bit frozen with hot feet. The other was laughing hysterically with a dagger in his spleen. I honestly can't remember the other one. I was a bit preoccupied with the other 2.
Oh,
They were 2 foot
The other
tall.
one lost his head.
were
Yeah,
they?
that was the one.
Were they about 2.5 foot tall?
Yes.
They were.
Yeah.
Oh, and did they have red hats on?
Ah,
Yes. I
did
think.
you know these people before they became Red Hats?
Ah, they were townsfolk, I fear. I think that might have been a trick by
Can I-
my brother. I don't think you're very quick on the uptake here. Are you not listening to what I'm telling you?
Can I pack the snow globe that I shot earlier, or did I lose that?
Sorry?
Found that snow globe, didn't we? And I investigated it. Do I still have that?
No,
we
the snow
touched it
globe
and-
disappeared as you transported into it.
Right, cool. Just wanted to double check.
Yeah, so he captured us as well.
So, is there a way out of here to find your brother?
Well, your brother will be arriving here shortly. It's Yuletide Eve. It's almost midnight. Last year he arrived at midnight, collected all the townsfolk, turned them into snowmen and those little red devils, and off he went. So I think he'll be here fairly soon, actually.
Where does he usually arrive? Which area?
Yep,
Well.
same idea as me.
Last year he landed right in the centre of the
Ambushing.
town on a big black sleigh pulled by some rather large, ugly-looking pigs.
Sounds like the Hogfather.
Why don't we bring the townspeople into this house and try to protect them before he turns them?
I reckon we bring all the townsfolk in here, sort of close it up, and we set an ambush out there.
Yep.
Now, last year he had some snowmen with him, and the snowmen gathered up the townsfolk, and everyone they touched turned into a snowman also. So you need to be quite careful. But those
Well,
baubles
it's gonna
there,
be
they'll
easier
stop
to
the
guard if.
those baubles will stop the snowmen.
I reckon we go ahead.
what if I?
Either you cast invisibility on, or I can hide again and take out the sort of the snowman idea, and everyone else concentrate on.
Yeah, you froze.
Getting Mr.
He froze briefly.
Hmm?
You froze. Yeah.
Oh, I was say some of us could possibly hide or do the invisibility thing and sort of keep watch for the snowman with the baubles, and the others could sort of concentrate on stopping him.
Do you have a roof?
Well,
What?
of course I have a roof.
Of course he has a roof. It's a house. Oh my
What
god.
a funny fellow you are.
Do you have a roof that I can position myself on top of?
Well, I don't
Well,
know
that's a
how
better question.
agile you are, but there's certainly a roof. You may have noticed it when you came in. It's a thatched
I wanna
roof.
go on the roof. Can I poke my head out of your roof?
Oh, I have a little loft space. You can climb up that ladder over there. You will put the thatch back afterwards, I assume.
Yes.
Yes, well, you can give it a go if you're feeling like that way, I guess.
Okay, I'd like to make like an opening in his roof so that I can fire spells out of it when we ambush the guy.
I'm gonna run out and sort of start to round up the townsfolk and tell them, sort of safety in there, we're gonna sort of try and help out.
If we've got a guy here who's like a bit of an inventor, can we not sort of like create a mortar round or something out of all these baubles so they sort of fire off in blanket area?
Nice. Good idea.
Can you not fix the soldiers out there to be looking outside once we've put them out?
Well, one of them exploded and one of them's like on fire.
Lots of mini soldiers.
Are you any good with your clockwork makings, Mr. Claus? You would be able to make something to help us.
Whoa, what do you have in mind, my fellow?
I didn't think this far ahead.
Walking death
Walking
with a
death.
festive spin.
Walking death.
Jolly walking death.
I'm more kind of into the things that bring joy to people.
This would bring joy to a lot of town folks.
A trap, maybe?
Well, we're gonna bring joy if you save them.
Ooh,
So,
tinsel.
There's
Tinsel?
plenty of tinsel round here. Help yourself.
what's tinsel?
Tinsel nets.
Tinsel's kind of like string with sparkly bits on it. So yeah, behind Steve on his
Oh.
tree there. The stuff
I
you
don't
put
have
around
any
the
tinsel on my
Christmas
tree.
I've got some on mine if you can see it.
It's that stuff on the fire.
Ah.
There you go.
Thank you. One new word.
What do they call that in Croatia?
Well, I don't know if we call them anything. They're just decoration.
Oh, okay. They don't have a
Yeah.
specific
Could
name.
Steve, what's your character's name? Sorry.
Ryle.
Fire a net with your arrows.
I actually have a normal net, so I presume I could make it sort of work properly with arrows, yeah?
Well, there we go. Then we've got tinsel. We've got a bow and arrow. We can fire a net.
Ooh,
What if we draw into a building and burn it down?
Whoa!
Good idea. Good suggestion. Thanks for being involved.
That's
Let's
like
put that
plan
one on the
B.
back burner.
Yeah, that's plan B.
yeah, plan B.
So, to be hiding with this net.
I can make you invisible.
Yeah, that sounds good. Well, where's everyone else going to be and doing what?
So we've got the sorcerer in the roof.
Who's going to have the baubles? We got
Oh, yeah,
sorcerers
you've
upstairs.
got a large sack of baubles that, when thrown at snowmen, freezes them.
Who's gonna be bait?
What happens if we throw them at a normal person, Klaus?
Well, I've not tried, if I'm honest with you, my dear fellow.
Peter, where's your little friend?
I think he's still lying unconscious out in the snow somewhere.
I'll be back in a minute.
There's quite a few. There's quite a few people milling around.
What happens if I throw this snowball at this bauble at Peter's little friend?
I like it.
So, are you going to give it a go?
Carl, you are filthy, by the way. Every innuendo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Terrible person.
To be fair, it took us all 10 minutes to get a sack joke in.
It did.
That's true.
I'm disappointed you've not made more use of the giant Yule log in the middle. Burning away.
That one was too easy.
Okay, so what happens to this dude?
So if you're going to throw a bauble at him, as it hit him, he turns into a snowman, and he's just stood there in the middle of the square. His arms turn into little twigs, and a carrot pops out for his nose, 2 lumps of coal, and he's just a snowman standing in the middle of the square, not moving.
I'll like casually sidestep back in, going, make sure you hit the snowman.
But is that not a good idea to use on his brother as well? If it just freezes him? Or does it turn into one of the evil snowman things that move?
Yeah, giant big snowman thing. That would be nice.
I'll take one of the baubles just as a measure and sort of hook it on my belt,
Okay.
just as sort of a precaution.
I'll
Right.
take
I'll take
one
a
as
couple
well.
with me.
Run for 1 second, won't be a minute.
So, what do you want to do about the townsfolk outside?
Well, I could try and be fast and try to gather as much people as I can. And try to get him in a hiding place, maybe?
Hmm.
What do you guys say?
Yeah, I'm just gonna shoot him from the roof.
Quickest way to attract people? Play music.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I'll pay paper.
Can I try and go to the town square and just start playing?
Yeah, so
Attract someone?
yeah, if you want to go into the square, maybe you climb up on the log, so you're nice and high, and you start playing away on your fiddle, on your
Yeah,
violin.
sure. Should I throw a performance?
Yeah, you can do. Yeah.
Oh god.
Can I
That's a lot.
help with that?
Certainly, yeah. You can go out and join
So
in with your
we
flute.
get a,
Is this to form a distraction or
so could this be like an advantage
It'll be
maybe?
performance.
Yeah, if there's two of
I
you, you
think
can have
if,
advantage. Yeah.
Are
Can
you gonna
I,
throw the yeah.
can I drop down into just natural wolf form and sort of follow them and howl along as they play?
That would be 15 on my part.
Oh, so
With
it's
advantage.
not long before there's
Oh
quite.
no, sorry, not with it. Hold on, I didn't do advantage.
No.
17.
Oh
Oh,
nice.
brilliant. So yeah, it's not long before your performance attracts quite a large crowd all around the log, and their faces, although they looked upset, are actually finding a bit of warmth and comfort from your festive music.
We'll do like a whole little performance thing, and we'll finish it up with. And folks, don't remember drinks and refreshments. Follow the burning toy soldiers.
And they're all sort of dancing and jigging and swinging each other around. And as the music dies down, they all sort of start wandering over towards making their way between the toy soldiers. They're a bit cautious at first, but it's not long before they start filtering in. And before long, Santa's toy shop, or Klaus's toy shop, is full of all the townsfolk, all looking in wonder at the various little toys and the clockwork animals that are all mooching around the floor.
Yeah, so I think that someone should go like invisible and watch guard on the house
There's a,
once
What-
they come.
What time is it roughly?
It's about 10 to
10
midnight.
o'clock.
It's dark outside yet.
You have about 10 minutes
So we
to
should
prepare yourself.
yeah. We should move to our positions.
Okay, so where does everyone want to be for the battle? So you've got the sorcerers
I'll
in the,
go find.
got the sorcerer's climbed up into the loft space and he's poking through the thatch.
I'm going to go just past the centre of town so that I'm sort of, as they arrive, I'll be behind them, even sort of more obscured, hidden, if you will.
Yep.
I will make sure he's invisible as he walks past,
Thank you.
and I'll sort of hide around the area of the giant log.
Of brush over my tracks so there's not big footprints.
Okay.
So did I see when he did that, like when he brushed it off? His footprints.
Yeah, so you can, yeah, he's covering up his tracks and stuff behind him. He's turned invisible now and he's just sort of disappearing
Okay,
off.
so I basically know where
You know
his
where
position
everyone
is. Yeah.
Okay. What
I'm
does,
gonna try and hide somewhere close to him, like so he's in the line of sight.
okay. And what does Peter want to do?
That kind of close.
I'll go and hide somewhere around the log or something, somewhere around the centre of town.
Okay.
Where Mason will appear.
So you
Do I
all
need to throw stealth?
So what are we doing? Am I just sort of trying to net him as soon as possible, or am I biding time, or what?
I guess, try and subdue him. Everyone else tries to get the snowman out of commission, and I have a couple of things that can cause a lot of damage in a very small area.
Back in a second.
Yep.
So do I need
So-
to throw stealth for that?
Who's invisible? Is it just me, or is anyone else invisible?
Yeah, I think you're only invisible for now. I'm just trying to blend in.
Hmm.
Okay. Right.
I could cast fog cloud, which will last an hour for roughly where Matey's going to land. So when he does come in, it will possibly give us an advantage.
Do we put it on where he's going to land or where we are, so he can't see us?
Well, it's a 20-foot spherical radius, so I don't know. What do you think? Where he lands or where we are? I mean, how close to where he wants to land are we?
How far is it from the centre of town to the toy shop, Ollie?
I'd say about 50 metres.
I'm okay because I'm invisible. Carl's up in the roof.
I'm just hiding behind the logs. I'm not visible myself.
Cat's by me, but I think she's hidden, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ollie, do I need to throw stealth?
Yeah, you can do. Give us a stealth roll if you want.
Yeah, I'll do the same. Just be safe.
That's 13 plus. That's 17.
Jesus.
Okay, cool.
I managed to roll an 8.
Okay.
I would hide yourself in some fog.
Yeah, let's go for a fog, shall we?
Steve's invisible.
I can also cast darkness as well if needs be.
Yeah. You're up in the tree. That's Craig.
Could be a
Craig,
little bit of light
are you invisible
higher
as
than
well? Is Broth going invisible, or did you just cast it on?
Yeah, I have to go invisible as well.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So you all assemble outside and take your various positions hidden around the village. And as you do, the clock strikes midnight.
As the clock strikes midnight,
Yeah.
can I cast minute meteors?
Yeah. Cast wherever you want. Yeah.
Basically means that for the next 10 minutes, I have 6 tiny meteors circling around me that I can, when I cast a spell, shoot 1 or 2 of them out at a target of my desire.
Oh,
This
okay.
is little meteors. That's nice. I like that.
I like it.
Ollie,
That's cool.
I put a fog cloud in the centre of town, roughly where Matey's going to land. It's got a 20-foot radius on it.
Yeah. Okay. So will that obscure him from your sight?
Yeah, I guess it just gives everyone disadvantage, really. It doesn't specifically say. 2 seconds. Bring it back up.
He's going to be hidden, I'll assume, in the cloud.
Fog cloud. 20-foot spherical radius of fog centered on a point within range. The sphere spreads around corners and its area is heavily obscured. Lasts for a duration of an hour or until wind or moderate or greater speed at 10 miles per hour disperses it.
Okay.
See him and he can't see us.
Well, yeah, I guess you won't be able to see out of it as much as you can't see into it. Okay.
Alternatively, I can cast darkness with my sorcery points, and it allows me to see through it, so I can give you guys signal when he's in it.
I have dark vision.
Yeah, does dark vision work with that?
Dark vision doesn't work with darkness,
No,
but because I'm a
darkness is
shadow
magical,
sorcerer,
darkness counts
as a sorcerer,
yeah.
shadow sorcerer, I'm allowed to see through my own darkness that I cast.
Yeah. I think darkness counts as magical darkness, and so normal dark vision doesn't work in it, I believe.
Probably be better.
Yeah,
Probably better than the fog there, actually.
As long as you can convey signals to us, but we can't see you.
you can see me. I'm still at the top of the
Yeah, but
building.
not if you cast darkness.
And how big is the square?
It's probably 100-meter square. So from the centre point to the various buildings is 50 meters. The Yule log is in the centre.
Some people won't be able to see though. You might be able to see, but the guys that are hiding by the log won't be.
Do you have like prestidigitation
Well said.
or similar? I've
I
practiced.
have mage hand.
You could do the mage hand in like a big giant pointing finger.
Yeah, I probably could, to be honest.
I'm sure I had some spells. What spells did I have? Oh, I've got Goodberry, Hunter's Mark, and Longstrider. Great.
Ooh, that was
Hunter's
nice.
Mark's useful, I suppose.
All right, we'll just go. We'll go with the fog.
Okay. So as you
Hopefully
make
it's
your
good.
way back outside, a little clockwork dog from Klaus's workshop follows Peter because he's a bigger dog, and this little dog's taken a shine to him. And
Aw.
it doesn't do anything in particular. It's just a small clockwork dog, but it's trotting along quite happily behind Peter. And
If you ever let it die, I'm never gonna forget that.
so it follows Peter out, impressed by his dogness. And the clock strikes midnight, and at that moment, time seems to stand still. The snow that was falling so heavily seems to hang in the air, unmoving, like tiny star-like flakes in the night air. So it's almost as if the snow is just suspended, and it's not falling anymore. It's just there. You hear a loud, shrill laugh as a large black cargo sleigh pulled by 8 wild boar land heavily in the town square. Grampus jumps out, followed by 6 large snowmen who are sitting in the back. So he jumps out and he's looking around and he's sniffing the air. And you can see him saying something to the snowmen, and the snowmen all seem to slither off almost. And they're beginning to look around the different buildings. And all of a sudden, Grampus turns to where Peter is, and he sort of spotted him, and he points a finger like that, and the little clockwork dog sits down and like that, and it's game on. So roll for initiative. So this currently is between Peter and Grampus because the rest of you guys are all hidden.
I'm on 18.
Yeah, okay.
7.
19.
18,
21.
7,
Nice.
19, 21. What did you get,
13.
Mike?
7.
7.
7.
And
Yeah.
I got
Yeah.
15. Okay. So
That
yeah,
sounded so sad.
he points his finger. He points his finger towards Peter. Reaches down into his pocket, pulls out something small and dark, and throws it directly at you. And that is a 17 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
So hitting you square on the face. A lump of coal, and it does 9 points of bludgeoning fire damage. I beg your pardon. So he pulls out a lump of coal from his pocket. He looks at it. He blows on it, and as he does, it ignites into a little flame, and he throws it at you. It comes sailing across the village square and hits you on the side of the face there, and does 9 points of fire damage to you.
Okay.
Okay, and next up is Cat, who is unseen at the minute. So you can have a surprise attack in front of your normal attack if you want.
Let's see. I could use this or. Just a second. I wanna try using Phantasmal Force. It's an illusion, and he has to do with charisma save.
Ooh, okay. And his charisma save is 20.
Oh,
Charisma, or is it
so he
an
fails.
So he's,
Damn.
yeah. Is that your turn?
And I'm trying to hide.
So that was a surprise thing. I don't know if you want to do anything else. He hasn't seen you at the moment.
I was trying to scare him.
Huh.
I think you get another action.
You've got
So
another
you get a
action if you
surprise-
want it, or you can stay hidden and we'll move on.
I'm just gonna stay hidden and see how things
Okay,
work out.
Natari, you're up.
Oh, cool. Sorry, that's me. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I'm gonna cast. Now that I can see them, I'm gonna cast Hazard's Scorcher.
Okay.
What's that?
Basically, allows me to create a 13 feet long, 5 feet wide wall of fire that proceeds across everything within that range. Has to make a dexterity saving throw
Oh, cheers, mate.
Oh my.
of
Good job.
top down, compressing down onto sort of the general area where the bad guy and his snowmen all are.
Okay.
We get 30 feet.
So it's almost everything in a column from the toy shop to where Grampus is.
Yeah, pretty much. But I've also got a careful spell, so if there's any one of our people in the area, I can use a sorcery point to negate the damage going on to them.
So I'm guessing that it would probably hit Peter and Rael.
So what I'll do is I'll use careful spell, which allows me to apply it for targets up to my charisma modifier, which is +4. So
we've got to make saves at the moment, have we?
dexterity saving throws, yes.
Oh, God. 2.
Cool. Is that for everyone, is it?
So I've failed that, I reckon. Yep, 2.
Yep, cool. So that's going to do 3d8 fire damage, which is 18 damage.
Okay.
And because I cast a spell, I can then shoot off 2 of my meteors,
Oh, yeah, brilliant.
which dexterity saving throw for each. I'm going to target the main bad guy.
Oh, so 14 and 10.
14 and 10, so that's both of them are fails.
Oh.
So they both take 2d6 from each meteor, and anything within 5 feet of where it explodes. So I'm going to try and hit him square.
Mm-hmm.
Which is 11.
11. Okay. Right, cool.
So that's 11 damage to anything within 5 feet of the bad guy, the main boss guy.
Okay, well, no one's in that. Well, actually, 2 of the snowmen explode as they go off. So we're down to 4 snowmen now. And Grampus takes the rest of the damage, and he just looks at you and laughs. He dusts it off his shoulders like that. Okay. Rael, your turn. You're up.
We're gonna first use Hunter's Mark to make him my magically targeted sort of guy.
Yep.
And then we're gonna try and spring this trap.
Oh, yeah, with your net.
Yes. So, as if it's a normal attack, or
Yeah, I guess so. You do your 2 arrows, and I guess if they both hit him, then he's going to be trapped in this net.
So we've got a nat 20 on one.
Oh, beautiful.
So that's 29 on that, and the other one would be 18.
Oh, they both hit with both. Use a perfect shot.
Perfect shot. So he takes what damage? Well, they're not actually hitting him. They're just throwing a net around him.
Yeah, they've landed exactly where you wanted to, so they've sort of pinned him with his net.
And then I will.
He's currently restrained in the net now.
1 second. He can take 1d8 damage for this colossal slayer. Actually, has he took some damage, hasn't he?
Yes, yeah.
Where's my d8? He just takes. He's trapped, and he just takes an extra 3 damage.
Okay. So he's currently pinned to the floor, or he's pinned in this net in the centre of the village next to his sleigh. In fact, he was standing next to his black sleigh, and these arrows are pinged either side into the sleigh, and he's kind of like trapped in his net,
Against the what sort of wall?
pinned against the side of his black sleigh, and his pigs are all as he got sort of hit there. We've got 4 snowmen left, and these 4 snowmen have slivered off now, and they're busy sort of trying all the different doors, and they're making their way around the village. Okay, Peter.
Okay. How far away from me roughly is?
He's quite
House?
close to you, so maybe sort of 15, 20 foot.
Okay, I'm gonna. I'm pretty pissed off about the fire damage, so I'm gonna close the gap and just go in for a normal multi-attack.
Okay.
Got 24
Hits.
and 14.
Misses.
Okay, so the first one was the bite attack. That is 1d8. I'm also going to use the what's the snare? So I'm going to roll 2d8 bonus damage as well.
Yep.
8, 9, 10, 11 and 5, so 16 points of damage.
Oh, nice. So yeah, you start slashing away at him as he's tied up in his net, and the little clockwork dog is busy yapping. It's almost like Scrappy Doo. It's yapping and snarling at Krampus, and its little tail is wagging to and fro like that. It's really sort of pleased to be standing next to you. Broth, you're up.
From where I am, I'm still invisible at the moment. I'm going to.
So you can have a surprise attack.
For me, in my head, I'm sort of toying with the idea of getting in his sleigh and trying to take off in it.
Okay, yeah.
I'm really so fighting the urge. No, must deal with the Grampus. Must not fight. No, must not take the sleigh. I'll sort of get one of the baubles in my hand, one of the snowman baubles, and I'll try and throw it at him.
Okay.
Since it sort of turned out Peter's little friend into a snowman.
Yeah.
That would be a 20 to hit.
20 is a hit. And as it hits
do you want me to do damage on it?
well, we're going to say as it hits him, do 2d6.
Okay.
It's going to be necrotic damage.
Nice.
6.
6. Okay. Yeah. So as it hits him, it sort of shatters on his shoulder, and for a moment it turns to icy snow, and he sort of shakes it off. He sort of blows it away, but it does some damage anyway. What did you get? Sorry, 6. Pardon?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, 6.
Thank you. Okay. So it's back round to Grampus, and he's going to use his action to attack the net. He's got really dirty long fingernails, and yeah, he manages to sort of scrape down the net and sort of pull it away from himself. And he mutters a little word, blinks, and all of a sudden he's gone. And you see him. He's on top of the building next to the toy shop. So there's about 4 or 5 buildings around this this town square, and he's standing on the roof of the building next to the toy shop. And that's all his actions used. So we're back to Jay. Jay, you're up.
Let's see what I can do.
I think you're still hidden at the moment, aren't you, Jay?
Yep.
Yeah, you're invisible at the moment.
I'm gonna try like this. Just let me Google it. What it does. How far away is Krampus?
From you, he's probably a
Yeah.
good 60, 70 feet on top of this building across the way.
Well, 60 or 70?
We'll say 60. 60.
60, okay.
Yeah, 60. Hello?
Someone help.
I just
I
lost you.
think it was
I lost you for a second there. Sorry, my internet's
very
struggling
quiet.
tonight.
So when I throw it at someone, someone gets advantage on attacking that creature. Right?
I didn't hear what was happening. I dropped out for a second. Sorry.
Each object in a 20-foot cube range is outlined in blue, green, or violet light. Any creature in the area of the spell is cast is also outlined in light. If it fails a dexterity saving throw, some affected creatures shed dim light in a 10-foot radius. Any attack roll against an affected creature or object has advantage if the attacker can see it. The object can't benefit from being invisible.
So you guys get advantage.
If you highlight it, we get advantage on the attack.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna throw Fairy Fire, and
Oh, nice.
he has to do a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Nice.
14 plus 1, 15.
Oh my god. Are you serious? Are you that serious?
He's a slippery old bastard.
Oh. So nothing happens. I
Oh,
threw
no.
another one of my spells away.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yay.
You're still invisible. We still don't know where you are at the minute, so you're all right in that respect. Nataria. Go on.
Yeah, my character's just gonna sit and think about it.
Yeah, because so you can have your other attack
You
if you
sit
want.
and think about what you've done.
Yeah. Search
Yeah.
your soul. Nataria.
Okay. I am.
So he's quite close to you. He's probably only about 20 foot away, and he's on the roof of the building adjacent to where you are. And he can spot you because you've got meteorites flying around your head, 4 of them.
Yep. I'm gonna cast level 2 Chaos Bolt at him,
Okay.
which does. Ooh. He's quite a distance away from his anyone else he knows, isn't he?
Yeah, there's no one else near him.
Would you say within 30 feet there was somebody else near him?
Probably not, to be honest. He's on top of this building at the minute.
Fair enough. Cool. It's just because I'm going to cast Chaos Bolt, which says if I roll the same dice number on my d8s, which I did, I rolled 2 7s, to leap and attack somebody else, and I make a new attack against them. But if there's nobody in the area,
there's a couple of snowmen trying to break doors down on the building. In fact, there's probably one on the building that he's currently standing on the roof of.
would that be 30 feet from it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, in which case I'll attack this guy, and then I can make it bounce into somebody else, and I make a new attack against the new one, and I think it can work as like a chain.
Okay.
Doubles, but
so there's a snowman trying to break into the building that he's standing on.
Alright, well, I'll damage this guy first, and then I'll do the roll for that one. So that's Level 2, that's 7, 13, 14, 18. So that's 20 because it's at level 2. Damage of psychic damage to him because it's a 7.
Okay.
New attack roll against one of the other snowmen. Oh, did I roll an attack to hit that guy?
You haven't rolled an attack to hit Grampus yet, no.
Do that first then. That's probably a good idea. 23?
Hits.
Cool. That one, that does the 20 damage to him, psychic.
20, okay, yeah.
And then 16 to hit snowman off the back of that.
Yeah, that hits.
13 acid damage to the snowman.
That snowman is he's only about a foot tall now. He's kind of melted into a tiny little diddy little snowman who's hammering on the door, but it's not making a lot of noise.
I'll fire 1 meteor at Grampus and 1 meteor at the snowman.
Okay.
So they have to make dexterity saving throws.
So Grampus is 15. The snowman is 20.
That's fail.
And the snowman is 20.
Oh, success. They both succeed. They take 6 damage.
6.
So they take 5 fire damage each.
5. Okay, that's the end of the little mini snowman. So you reduce it to about a foot tall, and then this meteorite flies down and just obliterates it. There's snow all up the door where he's kind of splattered. Grampus is looking bloodied now, I will say that.
My turn done.
Okay, Rael.
Right. Do I get to still do an extra action with being invisible?
Yes.
Because of the bow and arrow net business.
Yeah, you fired your net, didn't you?
Yeah.
I'll
just do my normal 2, so I've got 2 attacks anyway.
Yeah, go on.
We're going to hook up the bauble I took and shoot it at one of the snowmen on an arrow and shoot my other arrow up at Crumbus.
Okay, so there's 3 snowmen left. So make a ranged attack like you would with your arrow at one of them.
That would be 19.
Hits.
So do I need to do a damage with it having the...
No, the ball freezes it instantly and stops it in its tracks. So we're down to 2 snowmen.
Excellent.
And they are both approaching the toy shop.
The other one's going up at Grampus at the minute with a 19. 19 plus 9.
Yeah, that's
so,
it.
Yeah. That's it.
Yep.
So he does 1d8 plus 4. So he gets 2d8 and a 1d6 plus 4. A 5 and a 1d8 extra for Colossal Slayer. There's another 5 and then a 1d6 because he's my Hunter's Mark.
Mm-hmm.
So 16 altogether.
Oh, okay. Big hit. Nice. Excellent. Okay, yeah, so hits him in his side and he's stumbling all over this rooftop and he's looking really shaky now. Peter, down in the town square.
Would it be too far away for me to approach the building where Grampus is and then just slam my claws into the wall to start scaling the wall to get back at him?
You'd have to make a dash action to get all the way to him. You could get about halfway up the wall.
Right. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I can't really attack him from range, so that's going to have to do that.
That'd be cool.
So you sort of growl and snarl and run across the town, and then you start sort of scaling up the side of the building with your claws. snarling away, making your
Yep.
way up to him. And the little
Okay.
your little clockwork dog has got as far as the bottom of the building, but he can't climb the walls like you can. His claws aren't so good, so he's just yapping and wagging his tail, watching you climbing away up the
Oh,
building.
Right.
so
He's a bit
cute.
sad. He's calling out to you. Okay,
Oh.
Broth.
From where I am, I'm still hidden at the moment. I'm going to shout out and try and persuade him that he's already lost. He's got almost no snowmen left. We've won, basically. Let us go and end this charade.
A diplomatic approach.
Nice.
Persuasion check?
Yeah, give us a go. Yeah,
18.
18. So he looks across, and you can just, when you look at his face, it's kind of like it's a skull with kind of leathery skin over it, and his eye sockets are just hollow. He looks quite different to how you saw him on the forest path. And there's just the two little blue dots in the back of his skull that kind of look like stars in infinity, and they just look blankly at you. And he
You
turns.
really should have taken that healing spell.
He turns across and he looks at Nantari, and he just points a finger and says, "But he's been naughty."
That's nice. I like that.
Okay. And with that,
I tried.
as you're looking at him, he vanishes, and he appears standing next to Nantari. And Nantari, if you can make a strength check.
Don't check. That is not going well.
That's
It looks like you're climbing up the wrong building now.
19.
15.
So he grabs hold of you, and he pulls his dirty sack off the back of his back, and it is kind of red, sort of felt with a dirty fur collar, and he stuffs you inside. This sack is actually a bag of holding, and any creature inside is blinded and restrained. It's got total cover from any attacks or any other effects outside of the sack. But the sack is going to need some damaging or to be torn for you to be able to get out. So you're currently restrained in Grampus's filthy bag of holding. And he just says, "I told you he was naughty." Jay, your turn.
About 10 minutes to get me out, because from my memory, you can put living things in a bag of holding. There's only enough oxygen for 10 minutes.
That's correct.
Oh.
He is looking pretty ropey though, this Santa. He's staggering about. So Jay.
Okay, so I'll try Vicious Mockery on him. Just gonna see what I'm gonna get. Wait. Can you throw it?
Oh yeah, what's that? Sorry. 15.
What did you say?
15. 1 5.
5.
1 5. 15.
What are... Why? Why, Ollie? Well, I'm gonna say it anyway. I could say you're as ugly as an ogre, but that would be an insult to ogres.
As you say it, the little blue lights in the back of
and
his...
I throw...
Go on. Sorry, carry on.
Could I just throw Bardic Inspiration on Mike?
Yeah.
As a bonus action?
Yes, you can, yeah.
Hey!
Just so you can... Just so you're aware of the situation, Mike is on a different building now because he teleported across to the toy shop. But you can certainly give him...
it's 60 feet.
Yeah, you can certainly give him inspiration. He's about 30 feet, so he's all right, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So that gives me, what is it, 1d6 or 1d8 extra dice rolls.
Yeah, you get a 1d8 to add to any roll that you make, that you choose. But you can make the roll first.
That's fine. Thank you.
Okay.
I don't
And
know.
then, so Natara, you're currently restrained inside a bag of holding at the moment.
Okay, well, I don't think I can probably get out of this bag of holding, but can I rummage around in his bag of holding to see if I can find that snow globe that he was on about?
You can certainly look around. You can certainly look around. There's no snow.
Certainly try.
There's no snow globe in there, but there's a kid's catapult, some broken old bottles, some tissues, and a rather upset-looking gnome who tells you that he was put in there for being bad about 30 years ago.
Wow.
Rael.
We got 2 snowmen left.
2 snowmen, and they're at the door of the toy shop at the moment. The villagers, they're pushing against the door, and the villagers are pushing against it on the other side.
Speed. Oh, I can't get up to him too far. I'm going to make 2 longbow attacks against him in that case, because I ain't got no baubles.
He's looking a bit rough as well, to be fair.
Say again?
He's looking a bit rough now as well, to be fair. I mean, he looked rough from the beginning, but he looks bloodied now.
We got 20 to hit one, modified 20,
That's
and 20 to hit the other.
Yeah, both hit.
Plus 9, 1d8 in it.
That's what higher meteors.
11 damage to one.
Uh-huh.
And oh, hang on. 1 sec. The description for this just says any enemy as long as it's below its max HP already.
Which he is.
So do I have to actually cast that, or is it just applied?
It's just applied, I think.
Just applied, yeah. He's already been hit a few times, yeah.
Excellent. So he gets 11 and another 6 on top of that.
Oh, big, yeah. Okay.
15. And the other one takes 6, 7, 8, 10, 11. Has the other one been hit as well, or is that just alright?
They're both hit, yeah.
Yeah, the other one takes 14 damage.
14 damage. Wowza. Okay.
14.
So these 2 arrows thump into him really hard, and actually, where he's already blooded and staggering around, it knocks him off his balance, and he falls.
Oh no, this was the snowman. Snowman, sorry.
Oh, okay. Sorry, beg your pardon. Oh, that's both the snowmen are gone then.
All right, there we go.
Yeah,
just things to concentrate on.
Sorry, that's enough to hit him. So as the arrows sort of hit the back of these snowmen, they kind of explode up the door as well. And there's actually a snowman-shaped silhouette on the door of the toy shop now. Two silhouettes on the side of the toy shop. So there's no snowmen left. Okay, just Grampus up on the building. And Peter, your turn.
Yep, that's the end of my turn.
Yep.
So he's switched a little bit. How far away is he from me now? Can I get to him? Or
he's not far. You could make the jump with a dexterity 14 athletics or acrobatics check, but if you were to fail, you would take about 20 foot of falling damage, which would be 2d6. And then you'd be on the same roof as him and free to attack him.
I'm going to go for an athletics because I think I can probably do that.
So DC 14 to leap across the building.
Right, okay. Let's see. 5.
Oh. So you start jumping across, but it's not the greatest jump in the world, and your clockwork dog watching you gets really excited and does a little backflip. But you kind of slip as you take off. You kind of slip as you take off, and you only jump half as far as you meant to. So 2d6 bludgeoning damage as you fall to the earth and land in a furry pile in the snow next to your clockwork dog. He starts licking your face.
imagine it like one of those videos where they think they're going to jump really far, and then they like spread out, and then they literally just like fall off the end.
That's it. Like
It's kind of ironic because the dice roll missed the dice tower as well. I was trying to get it in the dice tower, but I missed. So.
oh. Okay.
That's a proper wild coyote moment.
You can.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so you're in the snow.
Just holds up a sign like, hi.
Broth, you're up.
Floor then. That's cool.
Broth, what you got for us?
Broth's sort of watching what just happened, like a little spark of amusement. But, I'll shout again that I gave you the chance. You should have taken the opportunity. You could have ended this now. But use my shatter again on him with a slightly festive cheer this time. So Krampus's like head. There's going to be this like crescendo of like sleigh bells ringing right in his ears. Each creature 10-foot radius, sphere centered around the point. Constitution saving throw.
Constitution save 7.
That fails.
Ooh.
And that would be thunder. Ooh. Ow. 16 damage.
Oh, and with that, he collapses on the rooftop. He drops the bag, but such is the degree of the slope of the thatch, both Grampus and the sack roll down the roof and drop down to the earth. Fortunately, Natari, being in a bag of holding, is immune to any effects of falling. But they both land.
Jumbled up with broken old bottles.
They both
I
land.
shouted him, sorry!
They both land in a heaped pile, unmoving, at the bottom of this building. He's gone.
I'll quickly run over and open this bag, drag Natari and this ancient gnome out.
Yes, and Natari, who's gasping for breath. Not quite sure how the gnome's still alive, to be fair. He's been in there for 30 years. He's obviously found somewhere.
Santa's magic.
Yeah, some kind of gnomish magic. But yeah.
Maybe he used to be a genasi and then got converted into one.
It could be that. So they both crawl out, gasping for breath.
Thank you!
Can I search him for the snow globe?
Yeah, so you start searching Grampus's filthy coat, and this is disgusting. It's covered in sick and sweat and cigarette smoke. It is just horrible.
Can I help with that?
But you,
Actually,
it's
I have a spell that cleans things.
Prestidigitation.
Please do it before I say it.
God.
Yeah, I can use prestidigitation on him to clean his coat.
Oh, and with that, his coat suddenly becomes sparkling and clean, and it's actually not dissimilar to Santa's coat that what was his name? Rael stole earlier in the game, and it's all sort of nice.
If no one's against it, can I replace my cloak with this one?
You certainly can take it off him, yeah. And as you guys are rummaging through the pockets, you find the snow globe, but this time it doesn't feel as heavy as it did, and it's not glowing like it was. And you can pull it out, and you have the snow globe in your hand.
Do not give it to Natari.
Hey!
Can we go inside and spread the good news of what we've done?
Yeah. So
Yeah, let's go shout it. Kill this
We can have some of that feast.
so you
Yeah,
walk into
that
the
sounds nice.
you walk back into the toy shop and you put the snow globe down on the table, and Satin Claus pulls out a big hammer, doof, smashes it, and there's kind of a pop in the air, and the atmosphere feels lighter. and you all head outside, and it's snowing again, but the sky is clear, and you can actually see an horizon now, and you can see in the distance, and you can see the trees and fields and the mountains and all the things spreading out in the distance, and you can just feel that you're no longer trapped in this magical plane of existence where you'd been. And as you look up into the sky, you see a star, and it gets brighter and brighter. And before long, it grows nearer and nearer, brighter and brighter, and larger, until standing before you is a beautiful winged woman. And she says to you, she says, I am the spirit of Christmas. I have been searching for you all. I come bearing gifts to you, the people of Kringle Town. I give the feast of a Christmas tree. I give a feast and a Christmas tree. May it stand large and bright through the darkness of winter, watching over you and guarding your families forevermore. And this giant Christmas tree appears and kind of bows to all the townsfolk. To you, Satin Claus, I now name you the Father of Christmas. I give the gift of eternal life in recognition of your pure heart's kindness and joy for all things. But in return, I ask that every year at this time you give a toy to every child of the world. Take this sleigh and these beasts to aid your eternal gift giving. And with a sweep of her hand, the sleigh turned into a magnificent red sort of sky torpedo, and the boars turn into kindly looking reindeer. And for each of you, and she turns to you guys, she gives each of you a small wooden box and says to you, open it, and inside you will find what your heart most desires. And she places this small sort of shoebox sized wooden box in each of your hands. And if each of you in turn want to open it, you will find a gift inside of your choosing, of whatever it is that your character most desires. So what would Peter find in his box?
No, I missed all. I've lost you for most of that.
Oh, sorry.
You've got a little wooden shoebox size thing. What do you want? You can have your heart's desire.
Oh, I'll take a bone.
So yes.
Bone.
So basically, the spirit of Christmas comes down, and she gives you a wooden shoebox, and inside is whatever your heart desires. And you open yours, and you've got a bone. Rael, what would be?
Rael opens it and gets a letter off his wife, who was killed when he was only 40. This gives him clarity on why she died, and he now gives him sort of sobriety properly.
Oh, excellent.
Oh.
Jay, what do you have inside your box?
Oh, that's pretty hard, actually. He wants many things. Let's say new violin bow,
Oh, okay. So
because his one is
a new
damaged.
magic violin bow that instead of your music being terrible when you're close to people, it's actually really good no matter how near someone is standing to you.
Yeah.
Natari.
A little spectral puppy.
Ah, puppy as
Oh
well.
my god. Oh,
This little spectral puppy appears, and the clockwork puppy that's still standing by Peter kind of looks over and sort of yaps a little hello. And finally, Broth.
I open mine and there's nothing in it. The only thing my character wants is acceptance by people.
Hey!
Do you get it?
And so, although it's empty, Broth kind of looks around to the people that are standing with him, and for the first time in his life realises that he's part of a team. And so with that, the spirit vanishes, and the townsfolk start feasting, and they invite you all to join them. Satin Klaus hands out gifts to all the kids, and the party gets underway with more food and drink and games and fun that anybody needs. And that is the end of the adventure, everybody. Thank you for playing.
Yay, we get booze and food.
Hey, we killed Santa.
I'm finished now, and I no longer drink.
Do what?
There's always a downside, isn't there?
That was good, that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was Christmassy.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Thanks,
And
guys.
Sorry.
fun.
Thanks for playing
Kudos,
along.
Ollie, and everyone else.